Ross has his first Cruiserweight title match on the 23rd of September against Vaughn Vertigo. And I think Ross has the advantage. He's got the hometown advantage. He'll have the crowd on his side. Vaughn has spent the last few months travelling across Canada defending the belt. And I guarantee that Ross has been studying those videos. He knows what he's up against. I don't know if Vaughn has had the time to study any matches of Ross.
So when you're talking about Rossy Rascal challenging Vaughn Vertigo for the PCW Cruiserweight Championship, Vaughn Vertigo's a great champion. He defeated a great champion in Leighton Buzzard, and he's taken the Cruiserweight Championship and defended it all over Canada or all over North America. A formidable opponent for anybody, but I think Rossy Rascal has the edge, and I'll explain why.
A Blackpool hero in Rossy Rascal.
Really well put together, really likeable young man, full of energy, full of enthusiasm, straight out of the PCW Academy, and I think he's going to the top.
Without doubt, you are the fastest rising star in PCW.
Hottest rising superstars here in PCW.
Look at that judo throw!
Judo throw! Modified judo throw!
And let me tell you something, all Rossy students at the Kind Judo Club in Blackpool are going to be so proud of this young man. Like I said, I think this young man's got all the tools and he's heading right to the top.
Ross versus Philip. 4 matches, 4 absolute bangers. Anytime Ross and Philip are in a ring with each other, it's always going to be magic. There's just something really good about it. Definitely want to see another one in the future. I think we've been treated to something really special with them 4 particular matches, and the chemistry that them two have with each other is incredible. They both just went to war. They went out there and they just did it, and it was just perfect. But yeah, I would love to see them do it again. But I just got goosebumps watching all 3 of them. All 3 of them matches. The singles was absolutely amazing, and that kick-started, and then it set off the other 3.
The similarities are that both are star pupils, graduates of the PCW Academy. And the last few months has seen an epic rivalry between the 2 of them. One of the most intense feuds that you'll ever see in wrestling. Horrible to watch from ringside to see what these 2 young men were putting themselves through. I mean, there were tables, there were chairs, there was a sledgehammer at one point, there was drawing pins. Ultimately, Ross won. Phil did tap out. But both men had been through hell.
It was absolutely wild because you had no idea what they were going to pull out next. You had weapons, tables, kendo sticks, chairs. You had all sorts. I can remember being in the back watching all 3 of them and be like, wow, Jesus Christ, Rascal, Phil, two guys who I'm really good friends with, two guys who I've looked up to quite a lot, and they're going out there killing each other.
Rossy Rascal overcame the biggest challenge of his life against Philip Michael. But the reason why Rossy Rascal in the end stood tall and at the climax of that incredible rivalry, one of the most bitter and bloody and brutal feuds that I've ever seen, and bear in mind I've sat and watched the greats fight it out in a PCW ring over a decade, and I've not seen matches as intense and just physically draining as the matches between Rossy Rascal and Philip Michael. Rossy Rascal made Philip Michael tap out at the end of all that. Rossy Rascal had his hand raised. Rossy Rascal overcame because in the end, while Philip Michael, he needed good people around him to stay on the right path. Rossy Rascal didn't, because Rossy Rascal inspires the people around him to be good. And that's the difference. Philip Michael was fighting in the end for ego and insecurity, to fill a hole in his life and his career. Rossy Rascal was fighting for something greater. Rossy Rascal was fighting to inspire the people who look up to him. That's the difference between Rossy Rascal and Philip Michael. That's why Rossy Rascal defeated Philip Michael. That's why I believe Rossy Rascal has the edge over Vaughn Vertigo, because when you've got something that you're fighting for, it makes you that much more. So when Rossy Rascal faces Vaughn Vertigo for the PCW Cruiserweight Championship, I don't like Vaughn Vertigo's chances.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, so I'm training and surrounding myself with good people. My team that will keep inspiring me to achieve greater heights. I'm going to keep practicing like I've never won, but perform like I've never lost. Of course, everyone has a desire to win, but only true champions have that desire to prepare. said this time and time again, this journey isn't about proving anybody wrong. It's about proving my support right.
Amazing! Oh no! Oh no!
Of who wins that match, the next Cruiserweight title match is on the 8th of October. And the champion will be defending against Philip. So that could be Vaughan, that could be Ross. I think it's fair to say that if either Ross or Philip are able to win the Cruiserweight Championship, that they're going to be fighting over this championship for years to come. We're going to see some epic battles. We're going to see an epic rivalry that will go down in history. And what's not to say that in a couple of years' time, that Philip and Ross, they might even be fighting over the PCW Heavyweight Championship. Gold is in their future. How often the title changes hands, that remains to be seen. But it's going to be fascinating to watch.